What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I could not believe this news when I read it earlier, but apparently the UK's prime minister is getting, or the new prime minister, I should say, is getting rid of digital ID. How are you guys doing? Hello, hello. What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up, Wise? What's up, crazy creatures? What's up, Auditor? Hope you guys are doing good. Yeah, when I saw this, I could not believe it. So yeah, I mean, this is apparently real. At first, I thought this was some troll news or something. But no, this is actually being reported by all these news organizations that Andy's actually getting rid of digital ID. It's crazy. We'll get started here in just a second, guys. Go ahead, tweet this out and whatnot. All right. Okay. Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? Hope you're doing good. What's up, Woony? Yeah, for those of you guys, this is actually my second live stream today. Just did a Marvel Rivals live stream on my other channel, gaming channel, DH Gaming. But anyways, yeah, in the middle of that live stream, actually, I was just checking Twitter, and apparently Andy, when he goes into, or, apparently he's going to become prime minister on Monday. I thought it was happening in September, but, he's going to become prime minister on Monday, I guess. So he said he will be scrapping digital ID. So I don't necessarily know if this means that the social media ban will be gone. I really doubt that that'll be gone. That'll probably still stay in place. Honestly, I have no idea. I mean, this news is just like breaking news. So we'll watch kind of like a little breakdown of what happened with it on Sky News. But yeah, hopefully you guys are all doing well. Hopefully you're all having a great day. And without further ado, let's give this a watch, see what's going on. Let me know if the audio is good, guys.
Breaking news now coming into us from the team of Andy Burnham, who say that they will scrap the digital ID program that had been put in place by his predecessor, Sir Keir Starmer. Let's bring in our political correspondent, Rob Powell, for the very latest.
Turn it up. Is it quiet, guys? Let me know if it's quiet.
On this. So, Rob, I guess the first
is that better?
Of the announcements that we're going to start getting from Andy Burnham when he finally takes the reins of power next week.
Yeah, the first sort of precise policy announcement. That said, it's not really an announcement of a new policy. It is the announcement that a previous policy from Keir Starmer is being binned off. And it's being binned off in quite a spiky way, reading the press release that's come from Andy Burnham.
So what makes it so shocking, right, is Keir Starmer is like, he's like the biggest pusher of digital ID laws, right? And if you guys remember, Andy, there's like an announcement about Andy where he said something along the lines of, and I quote, not only does he agree with the digital ID laws in terms of banning social media, but that he wants it done with urgency. Like he was going to push it out even faster. I got to try to find that tweet. But yeah, that was crazy. So Andy, I'm so confused on like what happened here in the backtrack, or if this is not the same thing or something like that. Thank you, Echo. I appreciate that. I didn't lead you guys. You guys are all smart people when you guys got this done yourselves, Okay, here you go. Right over here. So actually, this was about the VPN ban. So he said that he wants VPN restrictions, and also there was something about him trying to or saying that he's going to be pushing digital ID as well. Okay, I can't find it, but you guys just gonna have to take my word for it.
Team,
what's up, Dogo?
What they have said of the digital ID program is basically they're doing it because they want to redirect resources towards people's everyday priorities. They've called the scheme an expensive national government scheme and instead want to prioritise tangible improvements that people can see and feel, citing help with the cost of living.
Thank you for the $2 by Didi. Appreciate it. You turn Burnham. Oh my God. Let's get some W's for by Didi. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
As the priority there. So they're essentially saying they can find better ways to spend this money, and I think are also casting this digital ID scheme as an example of the kind of centralised government that Andy Burnham wants to break up and move towards a more devolved, localised setup. It was only September last year that Keir Starmer actually unveiled.
Yeah, that's what makes it so confusing, Nick. I don't know what this guy's doing. Like, he seems like he's like backtracking or something.
This digital ID scheme. He said that he would want there to be compulsory digital ID for work when you get a job, and for that to be in place by the end of this Parliament in 2029. The reasoning behind it was that they said it would help crack down on illegal working, and that would lead to benefits around people coming into the country illegally to try and work in the shadow economy as well. It was met with a bit of a backlash. We've seen protests outside Labour conference.
Yeah, it wasn't a bit of a backlash, buddy. It was massive backlash. And not only just for the whole digital ID thing that they were proposing, but also the VPN one. If you guys also didn't know that, very recently, the UK also announced that they're not going to be cracking down on VPNs anymore as well. That one happened like very recently. So I'll try to find that one for you guys. But yeah, the UK said they will no longer be trying to introduce laws about banning VPNs. So there you go. This was July 15th. What's called? So was that 3 days ago? So they made breaking news and they announced that we have decided not to limit VPNs. I mean, this is a conversation we have on this channel all the time. But first of all, literally how? Like, how are you guys going to limit VPNs? You know, it seems almost impossible. And secondly, now I guess they're trying to say that they won't have digital ID anymore. I mean, it's weird. I mean, obviously it's a good thing, but I'm just a little confused. You know, I won't believe it until I see it.
And around the country, concerns over civil liberties, people concerned about whether there would be any kind of surveillance aspect to it and things like that, but also just concerns about whether it would be overly bureaucratic and whether it would actually work. Now, that all led to, in January this year,
yeah, exactly, Ciro,
basically watering the policy down. It was cast by some as a U-turn. They insisted it was just a sort of minor change, but it meant that the digital ID wouldn't be compulsory for job checks, that you would be allowed to use other forms of ID as well. So it had been dialed back already. Now, under Andy Burnham as Prime Minister, it's going to be scrapped completely and the money sent elsewhere. How much money might that be? Well, it's difficult to put a number on it. The Office of Budget Responsibility tried and said that they thought the programme would cost £1.8 billion to bring in over 2 years. That figure, though, was disputed by the government. They said that they didn't recognise that number. So
they're not really specifying, though, if this also applies to social media. Hopefully it does. But it sounds like they're talking about digital ID in terms of like the workforce and stuff, but we'll just keep listening.
Clearly, it's going to save some money.
What's up, Ollie?
I don't think you're talking about, you know, billions and billions of pounds. It's not going to be a game changer amount of money that you could say plug the defence whole budget of £5 billion in one fell swoop, but it will save
I don't
some.
blame your skepticism. Thanks for the $2, Kiss One. Why does he sound like Cyber Waffle? Do you mean the guy talking? I know Cyber Waffle is a YouTuber, but I don't really remember his voice. But thanks for the $2. Appreciate it.
And also, we understand that actually Andy Burnham's government still does want to pursue lots of elements of the kind of digital government reforms, digital driving licenses, new applications that the government wants to open up and run so people can store government documents.
Who is Cyberwaffle? He's another YouTuber who talks about IDH verification, specifically in the UK.
Securely on their phone as well. So some of the sort of point of digital ID is still going to be pursued, which leads me to believe actually part of this is about politics as well.
I think he's saying you and Cyber have similar sounding voices. I mean, I don't remember his voice, but no, his voice is probably cooler than mine. My voice sucks.
It's about trying to signal a break from the past and trying to signal a move away from, I guess, what Andy Burnham's team would see as sort of opaque policies towards more tangible, short-term, instant benefits that people can kind of feel and touch and recognise in real time. There will be people that disagree with this, though, not least one Sir Tony Blair. His institute,
Thanks, Lynn.
and Tony Blair as a politician, has been a champion of digital ID for a very, very long time, right back from when he was Prime Minister. He sees it as not only a way to crack down on immigration issues, but also just a way of...
He's kind of talking about some stuff that are kind of like irrelevant to what I wanted to hear. But we still have a bunch of articles that we can read after this.
Streamlining public services, of cracking down on welfare fraud as well. So I suppose the concern from probably people that back this scheme will be, is what Andy Burnham's doing taking a short-term political decision to signal a political break from the past and to free up more cash in the short term? But actually, could the consequence of this be that you're dispensing with a policy that might not do much in the short term, but in the long term might have longer and deeper benefits?
Okay, interesting. Didn't really talk about what I wanted them to talk about, though. They're scrapping digital ID cards specifically for, I guess, like stuff for like the workplace and stuff like that. I want to see if this has an impact on the social media bans that they have proposed. Obviously, the fact that they're scrapping digital ID is good, but yeah, I want to see exactly what they mean. So, scheme, the first major pledge, it's called announce he will scrap digital ID. Okay, here we go. Burnham will redirect the resources for the scheme towards, quote, people's everyday priorities, but digital driving licenses will still go ahead. A spokesperson for Burnham said one of the things this government will do is put its focus where people need it right now, creating breathing space and delivering change they can feel in their everyday lives. That means all the time and resources that was going to be spent on a national ID scheme will go instead to where it's most needed, such as helping with the cost of living. This government is determined to bring power back to communities instead of hoarding it in Whitehall. We will work every day to lift this country back to where it belongs, with growth in every postcode and hope in every heart. Okay. I mean, it sounds good. Everything he said sounds good, but this just seems weird, right? This, like, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer or whatever. Obviously, this is a good thing, right? I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it just seems a little weird, right? Keir Starmer spent like what, years trying to push this, probably decades, I don't know how long he's been in politics. And then Andy Burnham showed up one day, and not only did he say, yes, I agree with, the social media ban and these digital ID laws, but he said we need to push them with urgency. Again, I want to try to find this tweet for you. Calm down with comments like that, Juice. But I'll try to find this tweet for you guys. But yeah, he was saying that he wants to push this with urgency, and now all of a sudden it's going to get scrapped. What happened? What changed? Okay, here we go. Found it. So, this was on July 3rd, right? Andy Burnham will proceed with Keir Starmer's social media ban for under 16s. Burnham wants the ban to be delivered with urgency. But now, what is that? This is only like, 2 weeks later? Now he said that he's scrapping it? It just sounds kind of like, what changed, Yeah, I'm so confused. But what do you guys think? I mean, this is really weird. Do you guys think this is actually going to be the end of the UK's push for digital ID laws? Do you guys think that Andy's bullshitting? What do you guys think? It's just weird. Like, I don't understand, like, what changed in the last 3 weeks, I mean, obviously they got a lot of backlash, but since when has that ever changed their mind on anything, I mean, recently the UK seems to have been doing a bit of a U-turn in terms of, like, the things that they've been proposing and stuff. So again, as I said earlier, they recently announced a few days ago that they're no longer going to be putting, like, emphasis on trying to ban VPNs or limit VPNs. But that was Keir Starmer's whole thing. Like, yeah, we're going to make sure these social media laws don't get circumvented. We're going to make sure we hold people accountable. But then they said they've decided not to limit VPNs after advocating for it for years. And now they are removing digital ID laws, or Andy's saying that they will. What the hell? This seems weird. I guess he really wants to, like, stay in office, I guess. That's like the main takeaway here. Well, I mean, I'm a human being, Oblivion. I'm going to miss messages. If you have a problem with that, you can leave, man. But yeah. The vote on VPNs was lost within the government. Okay, cool. And then they stopped trying to ban VPNs because they realized they can't. Yeah, I would imagine that played a factor as well. But I mean, overall, this is a good thing. It's celebration, right? It's a good thing. But at the same time, what the hell? Just seems like a very interesting decision. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely worth celebrating. Something cool, Here's a good thing, though, again, just out of nowhere. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely not complaining. I just want to know what changed his mind, really, All right, you're just here to cause issues then. Okay. Yeah, I'm really Really interested. I want to hear Andy like give some sort of like speech about this or something, you know? Like I want to know like what happened, right? Because he did quite a U-turn, man. He went from saying, yeah, we're gonna be banning this shit, and then, or yeah, we're gonna be doing this stuff, and then all of a sudden they're not. I mean, once again, I assume the social media ban is still gonna go through, but this will hopefully, you know, stop the push of digital ID laws that they keep trying to push. Thank you for the $5, Sido. Really appreciate that. Let's get some W's for him. I think what changed his mind are the skeletons in his closet. Hey, I mean, you never know. Thank you for the $5. Really appreciate it. I want to hear him too, and I wonder if he's scrapping age verification laws. If I had to guess, I'm going to say no. But digital ID laws are like a little different per se. Like, because, you know, like when the presenter was talking on the news, he was talking about like workforce stuff, right? Because, I mean, that's still an issue, and it's still a good thing that he's getting rid of it. But, you know, the way these headlines are advertised is that he's scrapping digital ID, you know? So that's why I didn't title my stream like, oh, he's getting rid of age verification laws. But that's what the headlines say, that digital ID is being scrapped, you know? I mean, why do people believe these bans are for safety? They're just like a little ignorant on the subject, you know? I don't know. This is the second live I didn't get a notification for. No way to fix that. You just got to subscribe with notifications on. So like next to the subscribe icon, there will be a bell. And then you got to turn that to notifications on, because if you don't do that, then YouTube won't give you every notification. But I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Yes, I can't introduce digital ID. It's impossible, and that's a good thing in my opinion. Yeah. WUK for once. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, I'll give them a W for this, but I mean, like, they are still the main, you know, pushers of ID age verification laws all around the world. It seems like the decisions they've made recently, like for example, scrapping the VPN limiting, and then Andy Burnham deciding no more digital ID. I think it's mainly because of all the backlash they've gotten. So sure, I'll give them some credit for, like for example, I'll give them some credit for scrapping this. But in reality, we should take this as a message of hope for ourselves that, hey, when people get together and, you know, make noise about something, you can make a lot of change. You know? Thank you for the $2, Mission Silo. Appreciate it. They'll have corporations change tech to enforce it. Yep, pretty much. England got third in World Cup, and the team seems stronger than ever for the first time in the digital ID code. Yeah, that was a crazy game, dude. I didn't watch it because I was streaming, but I was just keeping up with it on Twitter. Have you seen the news about voting in the United States with making you use your ID to just vote? Yeah, didn't that get rejected? I think it did, right? Sometimes got to give the devils their due, I guess. True. Yeah, true. Thank you so much for the dono, Mission Silo. Really means a lot. "2018 Google only ditched their don't be evil slogan." I would assume that it's because they're evil now. That's so funny. Doesn't that mean the Online Safety Act will go? I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're still going to be doing that, to be honest. Thank you for the $10 random logo, dude. Really means a lot. Thank you so much for the support. We only hope and pray to God that this will be the end of digital ID. Yeah, I really hope so. Thank you so much for the donation. Let's get some W's for him. Really appreciate it. What's up, Deep here? What's up, Stuart? How you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Seems like the UK is a little bit better today. They're apparently going to be scrapping digital ID. Now, I hope this will be for good, you know? Isn't the Online Safety Act just digital ID, though? Not necessarily the same thing. So digital ID is more of like a wider concept of essentially making IDs, well, digital, right? So like instead of you showing a physical ID to people for things, you know, it's digital and it can be put in some type of database and hacked and stuff like that. I'm not an absolute expert on the UK law, so I don't want to speak out of turn. But essentially, the Online Safety Act and digital ID as a whole are different, though. UK actually doing something good. It's still a big, yeah, it's still a big win for privacy. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna. That's why I'm not gonna clickbait you guys in stream and say, "Oh, you know, the UK social media ban is over," or "Oh, the UK is removing age verification." You know, like I'm not gonna. I'm just telling you. I just titled the stream the same thing that all these news articles are titling it, that Andy Burnham is getting rid of digital ID. Physical IDs are way better than digital ID. Exactly, yeah. Because for example, this is the same example I've used multiple times. Like when you are buying alcohol or cigarettes or something at the, you know, at a 7-Eleven or at, you know, a corner store or whatever. When the guy at the counter asks to see your ID and you just show it to him physically and then he sells you the drink, you don't have to worry about that ID being put in a database, you know? But if it's digital ID and they scan that shit and put it in their database, now all of a sudden your ID and all your information can be hacked and compromised, right? And that's the main reason why everybody's against this. Andy's honestly goated for doing this. I'm so happy. Please send this ID stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll definitely give him some credit for doing it. I'm just, you know, as we were discussing earlier in the stream and as we'll mention periodically, I'm just a little confused on how he like switched up so quick, you know? So yeah. Because even though digital ID and the Online Safety Act, you know, ID age verification for adult websites and social media and stuff, even though it's not the same thing, it is a similar concept. So it's weird that he's getting rid of digital ID and possibly keeping the social media ban. That's pretty damn weird. Guessing said it just to win votes. Yeah. I mean, that's a safe assumption with pretty much any politician. You know, it baffles me that there are people out there that like trust their politicians. You know, not every single one, but the vast majority, I'd say 99% of politicians are willing to lie and do whatever they can to, you know, secure votes. You know. It's more so one of those things where it's like, I'll believe it when I see it, you know? I'm hesitant to celebrate because Labor has a tendency of bringing unpopular policies back, repackaged under another name. Yeah, see, like, I don't know about UK politics, but I mean, that's obviously something that's possible as well. He's tricking people into a false sense of security, pretending to be better than Starmer. He's going to be worse, far worse. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are skeptical about this as well. But overall, good thing, man. Honestly, unbelievable. You know, it's very hard to believe. Like, it just doesn't seem like something that the UK would actually do. Waiting for things to actually happen before getting my hopes up. Yeah. I mean, and it's not like we're gonna have to wait long, according to the headlines. It'll be Monday. You know, so if it's on Monday, then we just have to wait a few days, right? We'll see what happens. So. Here's a little bit more details about it, you know. So you know, so Keir Starmer's much maligned digital ID is for the chop, with the money said to be spent on tackling the cost of living instead. So pretty interesting. It is understood that other parts of the government's digitization program, including digitizing driving license, allowing a more uniform login system, and a secure digital storage app for official documents, will continue. One of the first things this government will do is to put focus to it where people need it right now, creating breathing space and delivering change they can feel in their everyday lives. That means all the time and resource that was spent to be spent on a national ID scheme will instead go to where it's most needed, such as helping with the cost of living. So, I mean, that was their plan, right? They were going to make it so everybody has to have a digital ID. From what I understand, it's not like it would have been optional. You know, it would have been, you know, something that everyone would have to do. That was the plan. And so the fact that that is being stopped is a good thing. So, yeah. Yeah, let's not turn it into like a political discussion in the chat, guys. Let's just focus on what we're talking about. And what we're talking about is the fact that Andy got rid of this. Is it a good thing? Yes. Is he doing it for good reasons? I don't know. Right. So, yeah. Means all the time. And okay, so the government is determined to, we will work every day. Yeah, so we already saw that part. Thank you for the $5, Stuart. Really appreciate it. It's about time the UK did something good for once. People need to keep fighting this, and maybe this madness will finally end once and for all. Thank you for the $5, Stuart. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I agree. I mean, they did a good thing. And I agree that the more we keep fighting this and the more unified we are against digital ID and ID age verification and all that jazz, then it's a good thing, right? Because, you know, whether the UK wants to admit it or not, all of the backlash that they got was a huge part on why they're going to be rescinding some of these laws or these planned laws, you know, especially the VPN thing, right? They got so much backlash for that, you know? So yeah, thank you for the $5, Stuart. Really appreciate it. So yeah, I mean, Andy definitely won a lot of brownie points for this. I'll be honest. I mean, he could become a national hero right now if he gets rid of ID age verification for social media. Something tells me that's not going to happen, but you know, that's crazy. Pretty crazy. And these guys are a part of the same party, I believe, too. And he scrapped his like last main law, you know. He's close to redemption, yeah. But you know, it's always nice to celebrate, you know, and that's what today's stream can be. But we also got to keep our foot on the gas, you know what I mean? Like, next, hopefully we can get the UK to get rid of what's called ID age verification as a whole on social media, you know. We'll see what happens, but a win is a win. I'm happy we got something for now. Tomorrow he is sworn in as PM. I was like, yeah, I'm a little confused. I thought that Starmer was going to be the prime minister until September. Maybe I misread something, or is he just sworn in, but Starmer's still the acting PM or something? I swear I read something that Keir Starmer will still be prime minister till September. It's progress, at least. It's weird that bullying them actually works. Yeah. We're actually seeing a few things like that happening in the internet right now. Like there was something recently that like that happened. I'm trying to remember what it was. But it was like another company that like walked something back. So much happens every day. I like start forgetting things, man. But it was trying to figure out what it was. Some other company like made a horrible decision recently and then walked it back. Okay, well, I can't find it. But point is, yeah, I mean, it works. And you know, actually creating a lot of online discourse and backlash over something, that is something that actually works a lot of the time, you know? Unlike PlayStation. Yeah, PlayStation, if they don't rescind what they're doing, is actually crazy. Like, you know, they're wild for this. This is do you guys want to see this video? This video is going to make you guys so mad. It's about this guy talking about like a social media curfew for 16 and 17-year-olds. And I believe this is also in the UK. So he says, and I quote, "Why cut this off at 18 years old? Some of this stuff on social media, none of us should be seeing." So I replied and I said, "Then just don't go on social media, you absolute madman." But just so you guys can get rage baited by this guy, let's listen to what he says.
What would you be advising an incoming government here to do to protect youngsters? And also I'm interested to know if you think that, you know, why cut this off at the age of 16, 17 or 18? Because some of this stuff that's on social media, none of us should really be seeing.
Well, you know, that's true. But when we're talking about kids, we're talking about underdeveloped frontal cortices. Their brains just aren't developed.
Talking about underdeveloped parts of your brain. You guys might want to take a look in the mirror before that. But yeah, the UK teens are going to be having a social media curfew as well. So for 16 to 17-year-olds, and this guy at the beginning was like, "Why stop it at 16 or 17? None of us should be seeing some of this stuff." And it's just like, okay, so you don't want anyone to go on social media then? Is that what you're saying? Nobody should be able to go on social media? Like, what are, like, I don't know, man. It's crazy. Hate that he has a good accent. Love accents. Yeah, great accent, terrible brain. Adults should not watch adult content. He's right. Let's ban social media for everyone. In fact, let's bring prohibition for the internet. Thank you for the $5 by Didi. Really appreciate it. Yeah. I don't know, man. These guys are like not real people. Like, it's actually ridiculous. most of the things these guys say, it's just like I just facepalm so hard because I'm just like, okay, so you're actually proposing that nobody should be allowed to do anything on the internet. Here's somebody celebrating about this. We've done it. We've killed the UK digital ID. Every single person who took a stand against this should be so proud. Commiserations to all those who said we'd never win, and better luck next time. There will be one to the Tony Blair Institute. So Andy Burnham, yep, scrapping digital ID. And then Andy Burnham will scrap plans for government-issued digital ID for all British adults when he becomes prime minister on Monday. So, okay, so at least that headline gives us a little bit more details. What's up, Sabah? How you doing? That headline gives us a little bit more details. Second day of the week, 2 streams in 1. Yeah, I'm trying my best, you know. For those of you guys who didn't know, I also streamed on my gaming channel today, DH Gaming. But anyways, yeah, so he's planning to scrap government-issued digital ID for everybody in the UK, which was apparently going to be a proposed law. So what is it? I mean, I don't know how many people live in the UK. I'm going to assume, you know, millions, right? Actually, we can look that up real quick. UK population. About 70 million people. So we're talking about 70 million people, obviously outside of like little ass kids, that would have government issued digital ID. That was the plan, right? And obviously those digital IDs are put in a database. They can be hacked. They can be compromised. And he's going to be apparently getting rid of them on Monday. So pretty interesting. What's up, Ralph? Almost 1% of the world. Yeah. Keep your heads on a swivel. They might try it again later. Oh yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I'm definitely skeptical about this, but we'll see, man. Head of emerging, okay, on the importance of, okay, all right, this is cool. They're going to do a little bit of analysis on this.
James, can I ask you though, some people may be watching this saying, well, I've got nothing to hide. I'm not doing anything wrong. I don't care if the government snoops into my phone or whatever, or, you know, they'll argue that Apple and so on do it already. So,
oh my God, I already got to pause this. I know he's using that as an example of some people who's like, I got nothing to hide, so why would I not want to give out my ID or whatever? Anybody who has that mentality is stupid, because it's not about having something to hide. It's about not having your personal information be compromised, put in a database, and then hacked and released. Do you want people to have your social security number? Oh, why? I thought you had nothing to hide. So just post it on the internet. It's such a stupid, like, I hate when people have that mentality of like, I got nothing to hide, so why do you not want to give out your ID? Is it because you got videos of kids on your phone? It's like, what do you mean? We all have something to hide. It's called our social security number and all of our fucking private information. It's such a weird, like, thing that people say, you know what I mean? Anyways, ran over.
what's the pushback on that?
Well, I think that there's a massive difference between what Apple can go and do to you versus what the government can go and do to you. The government
Exactly.
has the right to go and jail you and imprison you and take away your access to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? So Apple, when they're collecting data on you and they're looking at where you've gone, etc., that's to go and give you targeted ads, stuff like that, which maybe you like it, maybe you don't, whatever. There are ways to go and kind of circumvent that. But if the government has hard access to who you are with your identity for online interactions, they can go and persecute you. And maybe you're not worried about it because the current government in power is probably supporting whatever you're saying. But you do have to remember, at some point, certainly in the way that politics usually goes and unfolds, the shoe does go and end on the other foot. And I would be very wary about empowering a government that might be, basically co-opted by people that you don't like, going and leveraging those same powers to go and persecute you for what you might go and say and think and feel. So I think that, yeah, maybe you have nothing that you have to worry about, etc., but that doesn't mean that the government is always going to be in a state where it's going to go and be as forgiving to your point of view and what you have to go and say here on this topic. So thankfully in the United States, we do have a First Amendment, but even here, we've seen the government weaponize.
Yeah, but honestly, the United States isn't too much better with the digital ID laws. Do I need to show the graph? Hold on, where is it? I lost my graph. Okay, well, hold on. Well, I know I put it in one of my thumbnails. There we go. Right there. So, the United States has plenty of ID age verification laws themselves. So, we're not too much better, to be honest. And that's what we got to try to stop, We got to try to stop ourselves and, other countries in the world from being like that as well. Look at this graph. Yeah, let me do my Nickelback. Look at this graph. But yeah, but I understand the point he's making, though.
Against people for things they've said online. So even here in the United States, where we do have those strong protections, we face those challenges. In the UK, you have less protections there for speech, and it's only going to be doubly more, I think, problematic if we let the government have these kinds of powers, which is why the digital ID was so bad, and it's great to see it getting scrapped.
Yeah, overall, I agree with him. I just I don't think the United States is much better, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, overall, good thing, man. Together welcomes new Prime Minister Burnham's decision to scrap the National Digital ID scheme, but demands further action against backdoor privacy risks in digital ID, quote, by stealth. We welcome Andy Burnham's cancellation of national digital ID plans following our year-long campaign, but grave backdoor privacy risks still remain across Labor's online privacy policy agenda. So I think they're going to start to get like really political here. But yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. I just want to know if there's like any type of catch here. This is a victory for you, the people. Hails a stunning admission of defeat for, okay. I think they're going to start to get political here too, but still, let's give this a listen.
Breaking news. Digital ID is set.
He sounds loud. Is it loud? I'll turn it down a little bit.
To be scrapped. In a stunning admission of defeat, Andy Burnham has confirmed that once he's through the door of number 10 Downing Street, the Brick card,
He is loud? Okay, I'll turn it down a little bit.
also known as digital ID, is dead. Scrapped. Is binned. The digital ID scheme Keir Starmer forced onto this country without so much as a public vote or even a manifesto pledge is gone before it ever properly began. Let's remember what this was. A mandatory digital ID imposed on every working adult, policed by the state, championed by a Prime Minister who told the British people, quote, "You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have a digital ID."
So think about that. I mean, if you had a physical ID and you wanted to protest against it and you're like, you know what, I don't want to have a digital ID. I feel like that's weird, that's invasive, whatever. You wouldn't be able to get a job. So, I mean, your protest would essentially result in you being homeless. So, yeah. This guy sounds loud. I can turn it down a little bit more if he's still too loud.
Well, it backfired so spectacularly, he had to water it down multiple times. And the country said no. Nearly 3 million people signed the parliamentary petition against it, making it the 4th largest petition in British history. It's not a fringe protest, is it? 3 million Brits standing up and saying they will not be tagged, tracked and catalogued by their own government. Well, by January this year, Starmer had already realised he'd gone too far with this policy, quietly dropping the compulsory element. Well, now Burnham has completely finished the job. A spokesman said that the resource is being redirected to the cost of living crisis instead, and I'm sure there will be plenty to get our teeth
Christian
into.
Patterson the third.
But for goodness
That's
sake,
a good one.
let's celebrate a victory for common sense and British values. And I'm going to be the first to say this. Thank you to Andy Burnham for actually listening, unlike the hundreds of backbenchers who happily applauded it through. Labour backbenchers. How stupid do they all look once again? Whatever you do, don't let Labour MPs take any credit for this, well, 1,000th U-turn. It's their lack of a backbone that put us in this difficult position in the first place over digital ID. And a few commiserations here. Tony Blair, I'm sure he's...
Okay, I think he's just starting getting into some like stuff that I don't know about. So essentially, yeah, I mean, everybody seems to be celebrating about this. It seems to be, a big deal in a good way. Want that energy here in the United States? Yeah, I think we have things like that are getting scrapped and stuff. I actually did a live stream recently about that, right? There was a law that got blocked. Yeah, right here in Nebraska, So there are states and stuff where that happens as well. There are ID age verification laws that are getting blocked over here as well. Nebraska granted net choice. Yeah, so this one got blocked as well. We did a stream about that. 3 million signed to remove Starmer in December 24. Petitions don't work. Oh, well, I mean, didn't he leave though? Unless you mean like it took a while for it to actually happen. Yeah, I'm not sure about how effective the what do you call it? The petitions are and stuff like that. But the point is, a bunch of people being united against something definitely does at least somewhat dissuade, governments and companies from making corrupt decisions. Somewhat, not every time. It wasn't due to the petition he left due to public pressure. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, obviously I'm not super knowledgeable about UK politics or whatever. But, you know, it's always good to celebrate a win. A win's a win, you know? So, it's good. So, yeah, man. This is just for jobs. The online digital ID laws will still apply from what I can see. Well, it's still a step in the right direction. I mean, it's still a good thing, you know? Still something worth celebrating. It's still a win for privacy. Now people don't have to worry about all like handing over a digital ID to work and all that type of stuff, you know? You got to be able to celebrate the small victories too. I mean, you know, if you just look at everything in the world as everything sucks and life sucks and everything's horrible, then life will suck and everything will suck, you know? We were protesting against this, and it seemed like we actually got some fruits for our labor, you know what I mean? So that's good. You and Penguin Zero are more reliable to me than the news. Thanks. I'm not on his level, but thank you. Small win, boys. Exactly. I mean, yeah, you know, the fact that we can actually wow, look at this. I mean, it's on a news paper for Sunday, because I think it's already the morning over there for them, right? I don't know how far ahead the UK is in terms of time. So true. Thanks, Newt. Deep and moist are my news sources. Oh my god. Thanks, Lynn. But this is apparently what the newspaper's looking like over there. I don't know if this is like some sort of AI generation or something, but Burnham, I will scrap costly digital ID cards. That's so cool. Yeah, it's 2:42 a.m. here? Okay. That's so cool. Well, I mean, obviously it's a big deal because it's literally at the front page. Release the files? I agree. Do you want Argentina or Spain to win tomorrow? To be honest, I don't really care, but I think I'd pick Spain. Just for the... It seems to have been a little bit of favoritism towards Argentina during this World Cup. Bro, I feel like you don't give yourself enough credit. You make amazing content. I hope you never stop. Thank you, Arius. I mean, I'm just a realist, man. I don't think I make amazing content. I think it's pretty average, you know? But I appreciate it, you know? Thank you very much. Yeah, it's true. You can be cheerful and vigilant at the same time. It's almost like a release valve. Y'all don't protest this anymore. Look me through your boat. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm still not going to stop making videos about, you know, age verification and stuff. There's still a lot of work to be done, but it's nice, you know, we're celebrating, you know? Love your content, especially agree with your rants against age verification laws. Thank you, Boeing. Win is a win, even if it's very small. Yeah, that's true, Darby. Peak writing from the FIFA executives having a messy fight against a random baby he bathed 20 years ago. Yeah, it's all coming full circle, dude. Yes, it's good content. Almost no one's talking about this like you and like 3 others. Thank you, Hal. Appreciate that. I mean, I got interested in this whole thing back in August of last year when YouTube said that they were doing age verification, you know? But I mean, like I said in my tweet, man, I'll believe it when I see it. The UK has been pushing mass surveillance digital ID law so hard, this just seems hard to believe. That's how I feel about it. I don't know, you know? The incoming prime minister set to ditch the controversial scheme and redirect the money towards everyday priorities. So do you guys think that Andy will still go ahead and ban social media for kids under 16? Type of 1 if you do think he'll still do it. Type of 2 if you think he'll scrap it. I would lean towards he's probably still going to do that. But, you know, just checking how you guys are feeling about it. Yeah, that's what I thought you guys would say. Obviously not the same thing, just because digital ID laws or digital ID as a concept is going to be scrapped apparently by Andy doesn't mean that the social media ban will be, but I'm hoping that it does, but that's more like wishful thinking, you know what I mean? So 50-50 chance, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I really hope he does. We just need to make sure that, okay, so for example, right, the digital ID for work backlash was huge, right? Because obviously people don't want to have to be forced to provide an ID to work. But we need to make sure that we keep the same energy for we keep the same energy for the social media ban as well. Because if we don't, then that will end up going through. You know what I mean? And if we don't give enough backlash for it, then they're going to be like, oh, you know, well, we ran polls and stuff like that, and you guys didn't really seem like you were against it. You know? So that alone is what makes me like really want to keep up the fight, you know? And obviously the United States has a bunch of laws like this. Anyone around the world having any type of laws like this, you know, I mean, obviously the scrapped one is good, but any laws where they're proposing social media bans, it's bad for the entire planet, not just for that area. If some random country in, I don't know, Europe or Africa or whatever decides they're going to go ahead and ban VPNs, that's bad news for everybody, because countries tend to take inspiration from each other in terms of laws, you know? Like big tech is someone you can trust with their info. They'll even sell it, point to their terms and conditions and say, you agreed? Exactly. Feel invaded and uncomfortable by those laws? Yeah, we all do. Thing is, a social media ban is a choice you can't take back, otherwise all the old people come for you. Well, we're gonna protest it till the end. Thank you for the $5, Byte DD. Really appreciate it. 1.5 for he still wants to ban it, but might scrap it. And then Emmanuel Macron will go to war with the UK for rejecting his bowel movement. Thank you for the $5, Byte DD. Really appreciate it. Let's get some W's for him. Yeah, I know Emmanuel Macron was really pushing that shit. Every single time any type of country would go ahead and ban social media, he would quote retweet them and say, thanks for joining the movement. I think it's too far down my Twitter feed. But yeah, I remember he would always say that. Thank you for joining the movement. Yeah, he sounds like a robot, you know what I mean? Good night, Lynn. This guy gets it. Oh my god, this guy gets it. He never did agree to my debate, Drake. Mr. Schilling, Mr. Terry Schilling. It was his crickets. It's a protest about online and IRL for digital ID. Yeah, it was both. That was part of the reason why this ended up getting scrapped, I believe. Terry's an AI chatbot, probably. Oh my god. Gotta say, I appreciate how you talk about age verification. Unfortunately, nobody really talks about it. Thank you, Fun Time. I appreciate it. I agree. Way more people need to talk about it. But they will be the first ones to complain when the social media ban actually happens. Then people are gonna be like, what the fuck, you know? That is one thing that is a pet peeve of mine just in general. When there is time to actually stop a law or a decision being made, then everybody's fucking quiet. But when it actually happens, right? Let's say, you know, social media ends up getting banned for people in the United States, for people under 16, meaning everyone has to submit an ID. Then all the videos going to be coming out. Oh my God, this is so crazy. How could this happen? Whatever. Hello? Like, we've all been trying to tell you about this for fucking years now. And now that it's actually happened, then everybody's going to make their videos. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, how could we be here? I really hate that shit. You know what I mean? Like, if people didn't know about this stuff, then fair enough, right? But for example, like YouTube's age verification, that was a very, very widely publicized thing. You know, a lot of people were making videos about it. I was making videos about it. And, you know, some of the videos, even though I'm not, you know, particularly entertaining or anything like that, some of the videos ended up getting a lot of views. People know about it. It just, they don't want to actually do something about it. Thank you for the 10 gifted, Blue. Good to see you, man. By the way, everybody in the chat, today is Blue's birthday. So if we could all give Blue a very warm, happy birthday. And a thank you for everything you do, my friend. Really appreciate it. Let's get some W's for Blue. Blue, we missed you on the gaming stream, man. We were waiting for you the whole time. But happy birthday, Blue. Let's get some W's for my man, Blue. Let's get the blue emotes out. If you're a channel member, be sure to spam those blue emotes, man. Happy birthday, man. That's tough to do, but hey, but look at all those happy birthdays, man. We all appreciate you, man. I mean it with full sincerity when I say Blue is one of the biggest reasons that I can still keep making YouTube videos. Really appreciate him. Great guy. And yeah, glad that you're around. I hope you have a great birthday, man. You calling yourself not entertaining is entertaining in itself. Again, I'm just a realist, man. I'm just, that's just how I feel. But thank you, Flitch. Blue, how old are you now? He's a crisp 24. Nice, handsome, 6'4", 6-pack, 10-incher. He's got it all, you know. But yeah, thank you so much, Blue. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, dude. Well, it looks like the UK gave you a gift today, Blue. No more digital ID. Digital ID might be scrapped right now, but it's just like Freddy or Jason being killed at the end of the movie. They'll be back. Return is always inevitable, an inevitable sequel away. The producers have no other ideas and really need the money. Oh, man. When they tell you everyone in the country will have a digital ID. Yeah, I hope you have a great birthday, man. So do I have to have? Oh. Oh, okay. This will be an interesting lesson. Let's listen to this real quick. Be back in 30 minutes with some food. Have fun with the food. Take care. Enjoy, dude.
All UK citizens will have a digital ID card. So
hold on. Do you have
to have
it?
I'd say card. Actually, it's a digital ID, so it's not an actual physical card. Yes.
What if I don't?
All UK citizens will.
Wait, what? It's a digital ID card. What?
Yes.
What if I don't?
All UK citizens will.
What if I don't?
Will have to have one. Well, the plan is that we're going to roll this out by the end of.
No.
Parliament.
My question is, what if I don't? What if I've got my job, so I don't need to show this to anyone. So what if I just don't do it?
So if you don't have one. Then you'll have a problem if you want to get a new job.
No, I'm saying I'm not doing this. I'm not seeking a job. So why should I get the digital ID card? Why do I do it? Well, is there some fine for not doing it? Is there?
This is so funny now that it's going to be scrapped.
An incentive to do it? I'm just thinking I've got no reason to do it.
Yeah, look, this isn't a heavy-handed approach. We're not planning to go around finding people, but what we are going to do is make sure that everybody...
She's not even answering his question.
He's got one. In the same way, Charlie, as you've got a national insurance number, if you're a citizen of this country, we'll make sure that everybody has a digital ID.
So help me with this. I know we're plotting through this, but...
Yeah.
So
the fuck was that? Was that in the game? Or, I mean, in the video?
Help me with this.
Oh, that was in the video. What the fuck? I was like, what? Okay, don't check your phone. That was in the video. I bet that got some of you.
So everyone watching who's got a job has got a national insurance number.
This guy got a notification on Tinder or something while he's recording this shit.
So when these digital ID cards exist, if I just go to my employer and show them my national insurance number, is that not sufficient? Are they being precluded from employing me?
It won't be sufficient. I just want to be really clear about that.
So they can't employ people unless they've seen one
a
of
digital,
these
a digital ID.
cards.
Yes, that's right. That is the plan. And
that's so fucking wild, dude. Oh my god. I hope Andy will give some sort of speech or something like, hey, we're going to be getting rid of this. Here's why. And, you know, like, I'd love to hear it if it was some type of speech or something. Thought that was through your phone? Nah, dude. That was loud as shit. I was like, what the fuck was that, dude? My man got a notification, you know, on Tinder or something. Got a new match. He's cap cut for that recording. Hey, you know? You gotta do what you gotta do, you know? Digital ID scheme. Reuters, are they the ones that make me pay for the article? No. Okay, cool. All right, well, so Starmer in September launched plans for every employee to hold a digital identity document in an attempt to tackle illegal migration and counter Reform UK. After public backlash, Starmer dropped the requirement that the ID be mandatory in January. All the time and resources spent. Okay. So it actually sounds more like it's being postponed, which I hope is not the case. Hopefully it's like being completely gone, you know? But yeah. I almost checked my phone when I heard that notification sound. I should have just completely like gave no reaction, and then everyone would have checked their phone. That's so funny. What took them so long? Tons of backlash. That seems to be the thing. I see that they keep mentioning some guy named Tony Blair. Who's Tony Blair? Hope he gives a speech soon. Me too. Served as prime minister in the UK. Yeah, I don't know who this is, but they keep bringing him up. Like I said a million times, I'm not a expert in British politics or anything. Tony Blair was previous Labour PM. Okay. Mission as the leader of the Labour Party to bring back hope.
In April 2000.
Let's listen to this. Listen to this inspiring speech.
My journey to this stage today began in earnest at Anfield in April 2009. The COP made me confront the fact that this country does not work for working class communities like the city of my birth. This Labour movement, the trade union movement, was forged in the steelworks and ironworks of Sheffield, Scunthorpe, Port Talbot and Teesside, in the coalfields
This
of
is a
South
high quality camera, by the way. Holy shit.
Wales, Central Scotland, Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire, Yorkshire and Lancashire, in the mills across the Pennines, west and east, in the shipyards on the Clyde and on the Tyne, and in the dockyards of Liverpool and here in London. The people
TED
of these
Talk
proud
video.
places made Labour. But we have to ask ourselves, just as I had to ask myself at Anfield that day, have we been good enough for them? Change starts with honesty. We must recognise that this generation of politicians, myself included,
I do not want to scrap digital ID and age verification, but I would love to see Meta/Facebook be scrapped. Why? So are you saying you support age verification? Do you want to tell us why that is?
have failed to challenge a political culture and an economic model that simply doesn't work well enough for ordinary people. We pledge today to them to be better. I know what I believe, and I know what I want to do. Someone said recently,
Wow, that was a huge tone shift in the music.
he's for us. I was so proud of that I made it my slogan in Bakerfield. I am for us, for all of us. And I want people to say once again that Labour are for us. The party that puts more power in people's hands, drives good growth in every postcode.
I just love how
and puts
different
hope
the
in
music
every
is now.
heart, that gets the country pulling together again and moves beyond the divisions of public and private sectors in a new
Well, he's not going to rage by me,
sense
man.
of unity. You're new, all of you, and I am confident we.
I was just asking a question. All right, Andy. I guess we'll give you credit for this one, man. Just hate politicians at this point. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, dude, the soundtrack in the background, dude. The guy dropped the piano and picked up a guitar. You're like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. Nice to pray for times like this. Yeah, everyone seems to be very happy about it, and rightfully so. Yeah, that was kind of funny. Yeah. The soundtrack, it changed so quickly. I don't like the idea because of the ways it can be abused. Say something like current people in office don't like you. The next thing you know, you're getting a knock for cyberbullying or something. Yeah, I mean, that actually like happens too. Wait, was that speech actually good or something? I don't know. I mean, again, I don't know enough about UK politics to say. I'm just happy that he's apparently going to be scrapping digital ID. Like I said, I hope he gives some type of speech on Monday. I'd love to like do like a live react to it or something. Interesting stuff. LOL, guys, JK. Oh my god. UK politics do this. They make up fake promises to get elected and then do the opposite of what they promise. Well, unfortunately, I think all politicians do that. I think they especially do that in the United States. I'll tell you that for a fact. Like, for example, somebody saying, oh, I'm going to go ahead and release the files, and then they don't. Sound familiar? So yeah, we have that over here too. Does anybody else not believe the fact that Andy Burnham says he will scrap digital ID? It's obviously been the plan for many years and they can't achieve full control without it. Give it a couple months and it'll rear its ugly head once again. Yeah. I mean, I do celebrate this, but I do have to agree with that. Just seems very hard to believe. Thank you, Confident Noob. Have a good night. All governments suck? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that is not scrapped in the US or Australia. Yeah. I mean, the United States, again, they claim to be the land of the free, home of the brave and all that, but we have digital ID laws, you know, getting pushed very, very quickly, you know? Struggling to keep up here. Increase international aid spending to 0.7% of GDP. Every time this turns out to be a lie, I will take a shot of liquid rat poison. Oh my god. What the fuck? That escalated quickly. Burnham has to be playing some sort of game because the elites all want digital ID. Like I said, hopefully he gives some sort of push or some sort of speech or whatever, you know? Yeah, I hope so, Iguana. Because we have plans like that too over here. I hope Australia next, aka my country. Yeah, me too. Me too. Australia, actually, Australia did their social media ban way before the UK did theirs. They were actually one of the first countries in the world to do it. It's also so interesting that politicians are always exempt from draconian legislation. Yeah, that's so damn hypocritical of them, man. Because, like, for example, when that whole chat control thing passed, if you guys remember, we did a live stream on that. Where is it? Right over here. It was explicitly stated that the politicians in the EU are not subject to chat control. Like, what a bunch of bullshit, man. UK government doing something slightly good? What the hell? Exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's what we've been discussing this whole stream. It's just, it seems too good to be true, you know? Very mad with Australia because they're probably the ones who influence ID age verification. Yeah. They definitely were one of the people who started that conversation for a national social media ban for kids under 16. They were one of the first people to do it, and they set the horrible precedent for everybody around the world, you know? Interesting. This guy says it's idiotic that Andy will be scrapping this. Quick, check the calendar. Did we go back in time? Is it April 1st? Yeah, dude, seems like it, dude. Just hoping that age verification is scrapped next. Yeah, I hope so, man. I mean, that would be... Now, Andy has a chance here, again, to be not just a national hero, but an international hero, a global hero, if he says, hey, by the way, we're not doing that social media ban anymore, that would be global news. And it would be something where everyone would start putting so much pressure on their countries. Like, wait, so the freaking UK just said that they're going to be getting rid of their social media ban. You know, now we all have to do it. United States, you have to do it too. All these other countries, you have to do it, you know, whatever. Like the whole Australia thing. I remember reading like several statistics that say that like 80% of kids in Australia still are using social media. This one is still funny to me. The Digital ID tweeted their usual bullshit or whatever. And then I was like, you know, boo, did I scare you? Parental controls. People in the EU just don't seem to think parental controls exist. It's like a foreign concept for them. He won't do it, no puss out. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that Andy will reverse the social media ban. If he does, that would be freaking unbelievable. I would make a whole stream just kissing his ass if he does that. There's no way. Here's some of these bullshit statistics these guys post, you know. We asked Europeans age 12 to 17 for their views on apps, websites, games, social media. 80% support this, 78% support age limits. Get out of here, man. I was like, that's bullshit. You must have left out the biometric data harvesting that'll be done to protect the kids, you know. US political people don't think parental controls are a thing either. They think it's a creature like the Easter Bunny. Oh, yeah. I mean, we learned that in our debate with Mr. John Schweppe. He acted like parental controls take some sort of freaking wizard, you know, the person with the highest IQ ever or something to do them. And I was like, actually, dude, it's pretty simple. No kid agrees that it's a good idea. Yeah, exactly. What parental controls doesn't exist? Nope, don't see it. Anyone else see it? Yeah. They treat parental controls like the boogeyman. Yeah, and they also treat it like, I don't know, freaking, you know, like the Hindu script or something. Like it's like the most indecipherable thing of all time. Like it's pretty damn simple. But hey, you got to give Andy credit, man. Just for this one thing. I'm not advocating for his politics or whatever, because again, I don't know anything about UK politics. And this is not a political channel. But, got to give him credit. He did end up doing something really, really good. Parental controls are easy as fuck to set up. Yes, they are, 100%. The video would not get any views. That's why I don't want to do it. But I was actually planning on making a video where I just set up parental controls and I set up like a 10-minute timer and do it within 10 minutes, you know. But nobody would watch that video, unfortunately. It's like, bro, it's just a few taps on your screen. It's not the Da Vinci Code. Exactly, dude. I have a feeling this is too good to be true. I mean, that's mainly what we've been discussing. I mean, sounds great, and it is great, but I just want to see if he's going to, like, reintroduce it later, or if he, you know, I don't know. If the parents don't want to set it up, then they have a helpline that's free to call. Yeah, I mean, if you're that lazy, though, then, I mean, don't have kids in the first place. Like, if you can't set up parental controls that'll take you 10 to 15 minutes to do, why do you have children? You're too lazy to raise them, you know? Don't have kids if you're going to be too lazy to raise them. I mean, I know that's harsh, but that's just how I feel. Maybe a tutorial is a good thing. We could share that with those who don't know. True, but I mean, there's already plenty of tutorials out there to set up parental controls, you know? Yeah, I mean, we have to accept the fact, right? And the fact is that there's a lot of lazy-ass parents out there. That is a fact. Like, that's not an opinion, you know? So, regardless of how... There could be a million tutorials out there on how to set up parental controls. And by the way, there are more than a million. Still, if you don't want to seek it out, then you're not going to find it. You know what I mean? Even if it's too good to be true, let's take the good news and at least celebrate. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're doing. Parental controls exist. Parents, nah, we're just going to ban social media altogether. Exactly. You can actually do the setup on the phones like 30 seconds. Not that hard. Yeah, it's even easier on the phones. I mean, the phones make it so easy for you, especially like iOS, like Apple. Oh my God, man. You can block your kids from using any type of app you don't want them to use. You can block them from going to any website. I mean, you can make it so the phone won't even really like work after a certain amount of hours too. Like there's so many different things you could do on iPhone in terms of parental controls, but the parents are too lazy and they act like pressing a few buttons or at least Googling how to do it is some type of rocket science or something. As someone who is a vocal and public opponent of digital ID cards, I'm pleased that this deeply concerning scheme will be scrapped, and using the money saved to fund extra support for people through the cost of living crisis will be welcome here in Leeds is the right priority. And it needs to be asked outright if it'll be a permanent cancellation or temporary. I agree, Michael. And I would also, if he does end up giving a speech about it, it would be great if somebody was like, hey, first of all, thank you for scrapping digital ID. Obviously, the main issue people had it would be the mass surveillance aspect of it. So do you have any consideration on trying to scrap the social media ban as well? Because that is also going to be a form of mass surveillance. Somebody just needs to ask him a question like that. You know what I mean? And if he goes through with it, then we know that his whole pretense for trying to, like help privacy is bullshit. You think Andy's doing this to prevent Labour from going to war? I have no idea, dude. Like I said, I don't know anything about UK politics. I have zero idea. I'm just glad that he's doing it, Boris Johnson has advice for the ingoing... What? Revealed his advice to him by the late Queen, which he thinks could help Sir Keir Starmer. For those of you guys in the UK, did you guys like this guy? I know he was Prime Minister for a bit. Or was he a douchebag? Again, I don't know anything. What's his advice?
What do you think that the first thing he needs to do is? Well, look, I wish him well.
I just remember his voice was just like very, what's the word? Unique.
The new Prime Minister. I think, we've had quite a lot now. He hasn't got much time, I would say. And he needs to get on and he needs to give investors in this country a sense of hope about it. And
okay, I think he's just going to start talking about something that's completely irrelevant. Boris Johnson is the Temu version of Donald Trump. Yeah, actually, I want to read some replies to this stuff too. If I become a parent, I'm setting up parental controls and I'll avoid being lazy. Oh yeah, I mean, that should be every parent, British people would be like, okay, so what's the catch? XPM has given him so many easy wins. Holy shit, he's going to do something people actually want. You know what they say about when something sounds too good to be true. Yeah, true. Can you also scrap the Online Safety Act so I can look at simple things like Imgur or Imgur? I don't even know how you say that, for all the various other sites. For what little it's worth, Imgur is a different site or a different issue. Okay, so far, Andy Burnham, unlike Starmer, seems to be capable of reading the room. Yep. Government gateways, digital ID. Oh, what? These guys got arrested? Yeah, I don't like these douchebags. But hey, man. You got a dub. A dub's a dub, Andy. Good job. He's not scrapping it then. Where does he say that he's scrapping it? Now remove all the online surveillance age tracking. Yeah. Next step, Apple is making it so you need an ID to boot up your phone. Yeah, that's wild, man. Yeah, the Apple age verification was very disappointing because at first Apple was really against it, and then they just kind of caved. I don't know. Apple is one of, if not the biggest company in the world. They have the power to. They have plenty of power and money to fight these laws, In the UK, to get a phone, give an ID. Yeah. I don't think kids should be on social media, but that's not my or the government's thing to worry about. Exactly. I mean, that's their parents, right? They should be the ones to decide. If you don't want your kid on social media, then don't allow them to be on social media. But that doesn't mean that we should all get fucked and we all have to hand over an ID. That's stupid, you know? You're still required to upload your government ID to access YouTube, X, Facebook, then you're still bringing in digital ID. Let's be glad our phone providers aren't demanding AI facial scan to activate phone lines. Well, in Mexico, they're demanding an eyeball scan, I should say. So there's still a lot of countries in the world out there that are passing some very problematic laws. Verify your age to eat food. Yeah, true. Things like this are never scrapped. They are nice for a later date. Next major incident, it'll be thought out and presented with new branding. Eyeball scan. What is this spy movie? Yeah, I mean, sometimes YouTube doesn't give you guys the notifications for my videos, but yeah, that's a real thing. Mexico's AI ID age verification is here, with iris and eye scanning being part of the biometric ID process. So, I think the law has been passed now, where Mexican citizens can no longer have access to a phone number until they submit an AI scan of their eyeball. What the fuck? Yes, that is real. That's fucking terrifying. Want to reproduce? Give an ID? Yeah, true. Creepy? Yeah, that's that one is, I mean, they're all weird, all the AI scans and stuff, but scanning your eyeball to get a phone number, I mean, what the hell, man? What's up, Dennis? I'm glad I made your day. I want to go to Hogwarts, but they're probably going to ask for my ID. Yeah, if you want to play some Quidditch, buddy, hand over an ID and an AI facial scan. To wait until the heat dies down, they'll just try again later. Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen. How on earth do eyeballs give info? You can find out a lot of information from somebody through their eyes. That's why they do eye scans for like super high level like security jobs and stuff. If like a system scans your eyeballs, they can find out like everything about you. I mean, I'm not some sort of like forensics expert or something, so I can't probably tell you every detail, but you know, you can find out a lot of information from somebody from scanning their eyes. I'm glad you're happy, Super Rosie. Eyeball scan, what is this, trying to get into a high security military base? This is not the CIA, this is a fucking phone we're talking about. Like, damn, exactly, dude. I mean, it's like they want you to like get into area 51 or something, but in reality, no, it's actually just for a phone number. Like, what the hell, man? Biometric scanning in your cars too. Yeah, I remember seeing that. In the EU, they're planning to have cameras installed in every new car, and the camera's facing you while you drive. And apparently the purpose of it was so they can see if you're focused on driving. It sounds like a joke. It's that insane in the EU. Like, it sounds like a joke, but it's actually serious. I hate that if you have nothing to hide, why are you worried, mantra? It's not that I need to hide. Said I don't trust them not to abuse that kind of power. Yeah, anybody who has that mentality, Fred, is an idiot. I mean, oh, you don't want to hand over your most sensitive information? What do you have to hide? What? Like, I don't want the government and Facebook to have my ID. Therefore, I have something to hide. Anybody who actually believes that is an idiot, you know? And anybody who believes that, I challenge them if you believe that you should just hand over your ID and sensitive information because you have nothing to hide, post your social security number on Twitter. Go for it. You know, I even said that to Andy, or not Andy, what's his name? John, the guy who I debated, who agrees with ID age verification. I was like, because he kind of made that point a little bit, you know, like what's there to hide? And I'm just like, okay, well then why don't you just go ahead and post your ID right now on Twitter? And obviously he didn't do it. It's just anybody who has that mentality is like actually just out of their mind. Oh, they're in for a ride. Yeah. Talk about. I would like not even drive anymore. That's just scary as fuck, man. There's cameras just aimed at your face. What are we vlogging? Like what the hell? Their country's not Russia. Yeah. I think America will push this in 2027, the car camera, which sucks. Yeah, I really hope not, man. I mean, I'll be good for a while. I have a Toyota. The Toyotas last for freaking a million years. So I won't even need a new car anytime soon. But yeah, that's terrifying, man. Right now in the US, we have like this flock camera shit going on. I made a tweet about it recently. So here's this person showing the flock cameras track him and his phone as he walks by. Have you guys seen this? This went viral. This shit is fucking terrifying. Here, let me show you guys this real quick.
So we are getting this flock camera. It's emitting this Connect 36295 Bluetooth signal.
Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet, guys.
It will randomly emit that. You can see it right there. We observed it 32 seconds ago. I can start this back up and you'll see we'll observe it consistently. This specific unit is obviously set off by human motion. Whether that's taking a picture of me is questionable, but the IR element definitely is set off from human motion. As you can see, no cars are coming. There's that Connect signal. It's a Bluetooth signal. You can see at the top there, it's coming from the back of this battery pack. I believe it's coming from that white battery module emitting a Bluetooth signal. This looks to be a standard Falcon ALPR unit, so it's not going to be the AI video powered condo unit.
That is fucking horrifying. Like, imagine you're just walking past a street, walking home or whatever, and this camera is literally tracking you through Bluetooth. What the fuck? That's so fucking weird, man.
Is the camera. The IR unit is more towards the top of the camera as opposed to the Condor where they're on the middle. You'll be able to see this triggered by the cars. It's taking 6 to 8 images of each vehicle as it goes by, make, model, color.
Even if you're driving by, as you just said, let's say you're going 45, 50, 60 miles per hour, whatever. It's fucking tracking your make, model, and everything about your car. Probably, like, they could probably catch a picture of your face, too.
Decals, damage.
Decals, bro. Oh, my God.
And then it's uploading that basically via LTE to Flock OS, where it becomes searchable, indexable, and they can refer to it later. So very extensive system. Again, we're picking up that Connect 36295 signal coming from the what I believe is the BLE battery pack, or the battery pack on the back of here giving off a BLE signal.
What the hell, man? That is just, what the fuck, man? Somebody says it doesn't violate the fourth when there's no reasonable expectation of privacy in public. This guy's an idiot. It's not illegal for someone to follow you around taking notes. Okay. So this person references a court case. Individuals have a reasonable expectation of privacy in the comprehensive record of their physical movements. The fact that people defend it too. I mean, this guy's got to be rage baiting for engagement on Twitter or something. That is the thing about Twitter being able to be monetized now. You can just freaking rage bait so hard and just get a bunch of Twitter followers and stuff. It's crazy. Or you can, legitimately make your living off of rage baiting people on Twitter. They get paid to defend this bullshit? Yeah, I mean, it seems like it, man. But anyways, back on topic. It's a good thing. Good job, Andy. I'm curious if Flock cameras have unlimited data on their SIM cards. Yeah, I don't know much about them. They're like a company or whatever that seemed to have like appeared out of nowhere. Do they have like a Twitter or whatever? I bet they get the fuck ratioed out of them, right? Flock.io, is this them? I don't know if this is them. Flock camera. I think that's them. Thank you for the one gifted on Twitch, Blue. I appreciate it, man. Happy birthday once again, dude. Let's get some W's for Blue again. Thank you so much for the gifted, dude. Is this them? That's them? Okay. Locked into robots. Oh my god. I want to see them talking about their cameras. What's up, Poland? I have a Twitch? Yeah, we're streaming on Twitch right now. Twitch.tv/DPMRYT. Why aren't they tweeting about their cameras? Okay, well, let's go look at their pinned tweet. What is this freaking book? They wrote a novel? What the hell? What? There's 35 replies, but I can only see 5. What the hell's going on here? Is this all spam or something? Man, I was hoping that I could see them get absolutely ratioed. Thank you so much, Blue. Appreciate you, man. How's your birthday been going, man? I hope you're having a Flock. Okay, thank you. Flock safety. Yeah, okay. Here they are. We believe safety is a fundamental right. You fucks. Thank you, Blue. Appreciate it. Well, how are these guys not getting ratioed, dude? Oh, here we go. 203. Oh my god, here we go. Yep. Stop trying to monetize 1984. The stylized representation of the Tree of Liberty. This is Flock's logo. It's literally a chopped Tree of Liberty. Really? Wow. That's so interesting. Thank you, Life Intel. Man, fuck these guys, dude. Flock cameras catch vandals. Oh my god. They limited the replies. You bitches. You bitches. Look at this, dude. Oh my god. They knew they were going to get ratioed so hard on that one, man. What a bunch of bitches, dude. And here's another one where they limit the reply. Man, oh my god, the audacity, dude. Look, another one. They just keep limiting the replies. Oh my god. Okay, I want to tweet at them. You guys are installing cameras everywhere and watching everyone like a bunch of fucking weirdos. I hope your company goes bankrupt and you all get put in jail. No, prison. God, that is fucking crazy, man. I wanted to reply to the one about the camera, but these guys are they're such bitches that they actually freaking limited the replies, dude. The lion, the witch, and the audacity of this bitch. I can't believe it, dude. Okay, well, I almost took a shot at these guys for no reason. Sorry, guys. Oh my god. Hope their company goes bankrupt too? Yeah. Afraid of criticism? Yeah, dude. Where the hell did these guys even come from? Where did Flock cameras come from? I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm phrasing this question correctly, but like, I want to know where the fuck these guys came from, because all of a sudden they just showed up out of nowhere, right? And there's a bunch of cameras everywhere. That's fucking weird, man. Like these guys have to be funded by some like corrupt ass shit, you know? Nice rhyme. You like that? I'm gonna tell them to go flock themselves. Yeah, dude. Yeah, they're gonna go bankrupt, man. The flock's ticking. Flock's probably government. Yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta be government surveillance, man. Well, hey, you know, on a positive note though, Andy got rid of a digital ID, or he says he will, and hopefully he follows through on his word. Well, that's good. At least we can take a positive from that. So I think we'll call it a day there. So appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you to Blue for the 10 gifted and the 1 gifted on Twitch. Really appreciate you, man. Happy birthday, dude. Thank you to everybody else who donated. Bite Deity, Stuart, Random Logo Dude, Mission to Silo, Sado, Kiss1. Appreciate you guys for the donations. Take care of yourselves, and make sure you guys subscribe with notifications on so you guys know about the next video. So please leave a like on the stream before you go. Take care of yourselves and have a great night, guys. Love you guys. See you guys next time. Bye, guys.